Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about the human environment in marriage. So a lot of people don't really understand that, like, humans are just like living creatures, and we operate in a lot of ways similar to animals out in the wild. And I understand we're smarter and we know about things like math and science and whatever, but we actually operate in a lot of similar ways. So from the time I was a kid, we just figured out that I could just go to the gym and like look good, and like I was born at least decent, pretty good looking, even though I'm not the best looking guy on the planet. I'm not Cristiano Ronaldo. And then I could just try and have sex with a woman, and she would like me, and I could get her to be alone with me, and then I could have sex with her. And nothing ever ends up being actually made of that in the long run, because you just kind of BS with somebody and you just agree to everything, and you talk to them and you get them to be alone with you, and then you just like have sex with them. And then that's how I would try and find a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a this or a that. Sorry, not a boyfriend. I'm straight. That's how a woman will also try and find like a boyfriend. And then it never actually ends up working out, and it's almost not worth the time and effort, even though the sex is good, or the love is good, or the making out is good, because I have to entertain somebody for so many hours and put so much time and effort into finding some stranger off the street to make that happen, that obviously everybody would prefer to have a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife in a relationship that actually works. But the thing is that once things start getting real, you start to realize that there's actually like survival at stake, and that's what real marriage is. And you have to make good choices for the rest of your life. And making good choices with regards to like making money and like hard work is really not everything. And that's why I try and build a good foundation in my online course, Heaven's Light, which I highly recommend you go through. Loads of kids need it. A lot of adults still need it. I was an adult and I needed it, and it takes a lot of humility to say that, but I needed it. You have to realize that humans are basically just kind of like creatures out in the wild too, and we have to help and protect one another, and we have to be good, and we have to do a lot of different things. We have to have compassion for another one's suffering, and add so many pieces of a puzzle together to make a good person that is actually ready for a romantic relationship of any kind. You can't be things like selfish. You have to be able to share, and everything you do has to be right. We're constantly helping each other, protecting one another, and it's like almost like developing cavemen out in the wild in a tribe, and people are trying to start a tribe or like a family, and it's like a living family of living creatures still, even if you're a human, and the creatures have to like each other. So while it's definitely good, you should be trying to have sex with somebody if you're attracted to them and want a romantic relationship of any form. It doesn't actually end up like making people want to stick together. You have to actually truly care about one another. And I teach you how to do that in my online course, Heaven's Light, and nobody ever taught me that in life. The only thing I was taught was, I watched the Jersey Shore when I was a kid, and like I was like 16 or something watching that, and then we just thought you go to the gym and you look good, and then you go out and try and have sex with somebody, and that's how you find a mate in life. That's how two creatures mate. And maybe for like a night, or you have some girlfriend or boyfriend who comes around for 3 months in your life, but then that's gone, and it practically just about never works. So yeah, that's pretty much it.